What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the shop. My name is BJ. Wonderful to have everybody here today. So we're going to be going over a new product that deals with the main issue that we all have in our shops, and that is rust prevention on our cast iron surfaces. Anything from your table saws, band saws, joiners, planers, you name it. If it's got you know unpainted cast iron, you're going to deal with rust, and that is the beauty of this product. Works almost identically to the ceramic coat that you would put on your car. And they've even got some products out there for your tables and furniture, which we're going to be testing that later. It's going to be awesome. Product is called Carbon Method. Now, everything that comes in the box when you order it, it's super simple, super easy. You're going to get a few different things. So first thing you're going to get is the Carbon Cleanse. This is the actual carbon coat, and it's a graphene infused liquid. So the graphene is actually what you're coating your surface with, and it's sealing the pores or filling the pores of the cast iron to make sure that you're going to get a good seal and you're not going to worry about any rust or anything getting in it. So this is the most important part of the whole product. And then you're going to get the Carbon Glide. Now, we all put paste wax on our table saws and our band saws and joiners to make sure they're nice and slick, because when you're trying to force something through or force something across a table surface or a table saw that's not slick, you're just asking for problems. So having this is going to make it slicker than all get out, and it's going to make it awesome. And then also with that, you're going to get your applicator pads, you're going to get some gloves, because when you're dealing with uncured cast iron, you don't want to touch this with your bare fingers because the oil from your skins can rust it. Ask me how I know. And then you're also going to get some microfiber towels for buffing everything. Comes with a great instructional book. I did read through it. Be honest with you, there's a great video on their YouTube channel. I'll link it down below that goes through step by step on how to do this. My video is going to be more of a small application and more of a review of what I think of the product when it's all said and done. Now, I will go through my cleaning process. Now, my tables are done. Everything is ready to go. I'm ready to start working on them right now. But I'm going to go through and really just tell you what all I use to clean it to get it ready for the point to put the carbon coat on there. So we'll show you that real quick, and then we'll move on to actually doing the application. So as far as cleaning your cast iron and getting it ready to apply the carbon coat, this is the method I use. Now, this is the method that I've used all the time when dealing with the other methods. So the paste wax or the bow shield, any of the other ones that are out there. But this is what I do. So first thing I do is I start off with WD-40. It's a great lubricant. So you can get the old paste wax or any contaminants that are on the surface off. And then once you got it good and sprayed down with WD-40, hit it with, I use the black steel wool. Get this from Clean Spore. I'll link them down below. And you get it. The sheets are twice the size. I cut them in half, and then I'll put them either on a random orbit sander or just do it by hand. I did this one by hand because there wasn't any rust on the surface. You can probably see there's a few stains on here. That is just from the other methods that didn't protect it as well. And honestly, I don't know how much sanding it would take to actually get them off. It's not really worth it at this point. I just don't want more stains to happen. So WD-40 black Scotch-Brite pad. It's great for getting all the junk and grime and top surface layer. Get that surface layer of rust off. If you need to, I said, get a random orbit sander. I use an old DeWalt sander, old 5-inch sander, that its only job is cleaning cast iron and applying finish. That is it. I don't use my good tools for any of this stuff because I just don't want them getting gummed up. So I go from that. Then I'll clean everything with invisible glass. I love this. I've used invisible glass forever, whether it be cleaning the cars, mirrors, and windows in the house to cleaning the cast iron in my shop. Love this product. It's awesome. There's not a lot of junk in it, but it's an awesome product. And then after that, just to make sure everything is really good and clean, again, just some isopropyl alcohol, or I guess this is denatured alcohol. And I love these little applicator bottles. My wife said that I guess they're for makeup remover or whatever, but found them on Amazon. It's got a little alcohol label on it. I love this. Once you got all that cleaned up, and you want to keep doing this until your rag comes back completely clean. Because again, you want to get everything off the surface. If there's anything left, once you put that carbon coat down, it's there. It's not coming off. Unless you want to strip everything back off again, which I don't even know how easy it is to strip this stuff off. But make sure you're going through that. I just use the blue shop rags. Use as many as you got to have until it comes back completely clean. You wipe it, it's got a little black on it, start over and clean it again. Once you're done with that, before you apply your carbon method, that is where the carbon cleanse comes in. This is going to get everything off of the surface. It's even better than the alcohol. So it's going to decontaminate everything and get it ready for that application of carbon cleanse. And then once that's done, you're going to follow the steps, get the carbon, the graphene on there. It took me, I did 4 coats. Honestly, with everything, it's probably 4.5 hours to do everything, because you take about an hour in between to let the coats cure and then apply the next one. And then the last one, you wait overnight to put the carbon glide on, which, again, this stuff is awesome. So I'm going to show you a little quick video of me putting everything on and then doing that, and then we'll come back at the end. I'll give you a few little afterthoughts, and we'll go from there. Got everything cleaned, gone through 3 different steps. WD-40 to remove the bow shield, invisible glass to remove the WD-40, isopropyl alcohol, and then the carbon clean, just to make sure everything is good. So now we're on to the carbon coat. So open this up, and that is a 1 ounce bottle. Keep this over here. What they recommend is going section by section. So we're going to start here, move to here, move to here. The other big advice that they give is always wear gloves, because you don't want any of the oils from your skin getting onto the bare cast iron. Because right now this is as bare as it gets. I mean, if for some reason something got spilled in this right now, it'll rust in a heartbeat. So keep your gloves on. Don't sweat on it if you can avoid it. All that. So shake it up really good. So it's a graphene infused liquid. I don't know what all's in it, but it's graphene you're putting a graphene coat on, similar to the ceramic coating that you'd put on a car. So we're going to go in sections. We're going to use one of these applicator pads. Both sides are identical. We're going to start with this side to do our first coat across, and then flip it and do our second coat across, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to try to do 3 to 4 coats tonight if I can. We'll just see how time allots. But you want to wait, I think it's 60 seconds in between coats, or in between buffing. I mean, I'll go through all that as we go. But so you got your carbon here. Get a little bit on the applicator pad here. Do that, throw our lid back on. And what you want to do is you want to start in one direction. That way, so we're going to make a square around it. And then we're going to pull from our original line, because that's where the most is going to come off the applicator pad. And then we're going to do a little back and forth motion here, overlapping every time. And you're going to keep going until it starts to tack up. And stuff will flash off really fast. I can actually already feel it starting to tack up. We'll do a few different motions back and forth. Do that. And I'm going to go ahead and get this side here too, because I've had some rust issues there. Let that sit for about 60 seconds. All right, so it's been about a minute. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to level everything. So you're going to take your applicator pad, put it on a 45, you're going to drag across. And so not a lot of pressure, just enough kind of level everything out, taking off the high spots, and you can feel the drag. Because really, I mean, it's not putting, you're not going to feel the coat yet, especially on the first application. just because it's bare cast iron. So it's gonna, right now it's filling in all the pores on the first coat or two. So once that's done, you're gonna come back and you're gonna take your microfiber cloth, use a different side for every time you buff it, and then just come back and just buff it. Just like buffing out the wax on a car, or even like you do with your paste wax. Just buff it until it starts getting a little slick. I can already tell a difference in this. Not a huge difference, but there is a difference. So we're going to get these sides too, just because that needed to be done. And actually, for some reason, this front corner of my wing has rusted horribly. And I don't know why. Maybe I bumped into it or something. Who knows? All right, so on to the middle section. You have to let this cure for about 60 minutes, about an hour in between coats. So we're gonna do the whole thing, then we're gonna come back, and then we'll do another one in about an hour. So I'm gonna try to get all 3 coats on tonight, and then we will go from there. So remember, shake it up every time. A little dab will do you, especially in this section because it is a smaller section. Now, leave your zero clearance insert in because you want it all coated. And drag across, pulling that heavier amount that was dropped over, and then we're going to do a little back and forth motion. Getting it all rubbed in there. We don't want anything to rust. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and finish everything because I'm pretty sure I don't want to watch me do this 50 times. I'm going to finish everything, and then we'll come back to the final coats, and then when I put the carbon glide on. So we'll see y'all here in a little bit. Well, a second for y'all, minute for me, hour for me. All right, first coat is done and buffed out. I brushed it down a little bit lower so you can see. It's got a nice gloss on it, and this wing extension, or the extension table, which I do have the 52-inch extension table in mine, it almost looks brand new. There's a few little scuffs, but that's just me running tools across it and stuff, but it looks good. So I'm going to do 3 more coats. So I'll do a total of 4 coats, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the application of the glide coat when it's all said and done.
A few moments later.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put the carbon glide on, and this is what I've read. This is the bee's knees. This will make sure that everything is going to slide across this, and nothing's ever going to stick to it. And I guess with this, you just have to apply it a couple times every couple months or something. Big thing is, like all the other products, shake it up really good, get it all good and mixed together. Then I'm just going to use blue shop rags to wipe it off. So let's go ahead and I'm going to turn it on, and then get a little squirt down in the grooves. Now this did sit, so the carbon coat, the last coat that I put on here has set for about 24 hours. So it's good and cured. And we're going to go and do our rails too, since we do have the track that runs down it. So that's done. Now, take our towels, fold this in half, and then we're just going to kind of rub it in. Get a good even layer on it, and I can already tell this is going to be awesome. And this rag is already sliding across it like you would not believe. We're not trying to take any off. We're just trying to make sure that we've got a good even layer across everything. Again, we're going to get our rails, make sure they're good. And while we're at it, go ahead and do the wing too. Make sure it is good And done. And then we're going to let that dry and then come back and hit it one more time. All right, so it's been a minute. Now let's buff it off. And yeah, this is going to be awesome. This stuff is, everything's going to slide over this. This puts paste wax to shame. I'll be 100% honest with you. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. I knew I was going to be impressed, but yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, here, let's do this. Let's see. We'll spin it right here. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty slick. That is awesome. All right, we're going to do one other quick test, and I know people are going to cringe at this, but look at how that water just beads up. That is amazing. And it wiped right off. Look at that. It's like it never even happened. And even after getting the water on there, it is still slick as all get out. All right, so final thoughts on the carbon method. Carbon coat. I love it so far. You see I sprayed the table with water and it beads up instantly. That's going to be awesome. Again, hopefully I don't have to deal with high humidity in my shop anymore, but those that do, this is going to be a great solution for you. Yes, it does take longer to apply than your Bow Shield or your paste wax or anything like that. But putting a ceramic coat on your car takes longer to apply than just putting carnauba wax on it. But there's benefits to that. It's going to last a lot longer. Things that last usually take a little bit more time to produce. The fact that this did take me essentially a day to do, 4 hours, a little over 4 hours to apply everything, and then wait a day, let it cure, then put the carbon glide on, and you can see. I mean, this thing is, those that have saw stops know just how heavy this fence is, and it's sliding across here like it's nothing. But I love it. Would I continue to use it? Yes. Am I going to test it over the next several months as we head into winter here in Texas and it gets rainy? Yeah, that's going to be where it's going to get hit the hardest, just because the weather's going to be nicer, so the doors are going to be open more, so the shop is going to be exposed to a little more humidity. I will report back if I see any issues with it. I don't feel that I will. I'm going to do my best to maintain this the way they recommend. That's the other thing. Doing this the way the company recommends, the way the manufacturer recommends, is going to get you the best results. Follow the steps. It makes it a lot easier. It makes for a phenomenal finish. It's awesome. You're going to love it. I highly recommend it. I think everybody should go out and get it for their tools right now. It's going to be an awesome product. It's a total game changer, and I don't use the term game changer a lot, but when it comes to caring for your cast iron tops, this product is a game changer. It's probably, as far as I've seen in all my years of doing this, it's the most revolutionary product when it comes to caring for cast iron tools that I've seen in a very long time. I'm really happy to be working with them. I'm excited they sent me the product to test out and to talk to y'all about, and we'll see how it goes. If y'all have any questions, leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I appreciate every one of y'all. Talk to you later. Love y'all.